Hi, guys. Welcome to the AW Confidential podcast. If you've been tuning in and following AW, you know how vocal I can be about supporting our Latinos, particularly in Hollywood. We talk about representation, and if you want to continue seeing Latinos, we have to, buy those tickets. We have to show up. We have to support because we are greater in numbers. Today's guest is a professionally trained dancer. You can feel her passion for dancing just by looking at her TikTok. She's also a well known actress who played Annalise Villa on Fox's Rosewood, which I absolutely love, opposite Morris Chestnut, and the Puerto Rican beauty from the Bronx, also seen in Grey's Anatomy, and currently you can watch her every week on Station 19 as Andy Herrera. Welcome, Jaina Lee Ortiz. How are
Thank
you,
you,
hon?
Dad. Thank you, honey. I'm great. I'm great.
You are absolutely, I can't even, I describe you as fire, as you know. You have played some great roles. Annalise and Andy are dynamos. Fearless, strong convictions, confident, but they're also flawed. And I think that is why they're so relatable. So I was wondering, would these be words that you would use to describe yourself?
Ooh, yes. I feel like there's a part of me in every character I play. But it's interesting because I've always said I'm gonna play that fierce, tough, smart, badass female character. And that's pretty much it. Although some of the things that go on within the series, I'm like, that's not how I would have reacted, or that's not what I would have said or done.
So what
So
would you say would be extremely different?
well, Andy she's a rule breaker. She she just goes out and does whatever she wants. I I I'm afraid of breaking any kind of rule. And I think that has a lot to do with my dad being a homicide detective. I'm like, no, are we going to get in trouble? Is anyone going to say anything? Should we not do that? No, 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 that's not, that's danger. We have to stay away. Let's read the, like, I mean, Andy's impulsive. I am not that impulsive at all. I would not, no, 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 no. So I'm very like I keep, yeah,
You
I'm
follow the
very cautious,
rules.
super
Okay,
cautious.
very interesting. Now, one of the interesting thing is like growing up, I know for myself and for a lot of listeners, you know, seeing anyone that looked like me on the screen, first of all, was rare. And if I did see someone that looked like me, it was either, someone
General,
playing a maid, a mistress, a drug dealer. But
yeah.
thankfully, we are moving away from, these type of roles onto just roles that represent us more as a whole. So, as a Latina, do you ever feel pressure to play, positive role models on screen? Like, do you?
Well, I think the pressure, I don't have that pressure because that's all I've done. Like all of my roles have been the very specific kind of like she's intelligent, she's fierce, she's she is everything. She has strength, she has power, she has courage. She's a role model essentially. And as an audience member, while I'd like to see more characters portrayed in that positive light, as the performer, as the actor, I want to be challenged. And I kind of do secretly, I want to play that stereotype because number one, I feel like it takes me completely out of my own world and I can get to experience a life that I know nothing of, but also those people really exist. And the simple fact that we do exist is important. Now, I'm not saying every role has to be a, like you mentioned, the uh,
Mistress,
stripper or a
the
maid or
stripper, that's
a
right. Those
gang,
two.
a gang. Yeah, I don't want that, but it's also if there is an interesting story being told, then then yes, because the simple fact of our community, our people simply existing is what's beautiful, because we did not see that. I didn't see it growing up. And the fact that we have it now, that we could say, like a good example that I like to point out is Oscar Isaac. When I first saw Oscar Isaac, I was like, oh my gosh, he's so talented. Oh, wait a second, he's Latino? What? So it was he's a great actor, he's an amazing performer, and on top of that he's Latino, and on top of that this, and the list goes on. And then it's like it becomes so much more about our culture, essentially. Like, yes, it's great to infiltrate that into the stories, but also just to have a seat in the table, just to be included in it is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Whichever way, it is. I
And
feel like
and I think you made a good point. We want to be portrayed as these positive role models, but there's good and bad in everything. And you're
exactly
right. We should be able to portray both. And it challenges you as an actress, as an actor, I
right.
think, which is important just to evolve and be the best you can be. So,
Yeah,
absolutely. So,
right.
hopefully, we will see you in some challenging roles.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
So, we've talked about this, but you bring fire, like this energy to every role that you play. It's
Oh,
like this undeniable passion that can be felt
oh,
from
thank
each of
you.
your characters.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
Sweet.
no, I speak truth. And I think a lot of us struggle with allowing ourselves to show that much intensity. But it seems to come, it's almost like comes natural for you, if I can say that. Has there ever been a time in your personal or in your career where you've been asked or it's been suggested that you dial it back a little, that intensity? Because I know as a Latina, we talk with our hands,
Right,
we're
right.
very intense.
I
Has
was
that ever?
never, no, I actually was never encouraged to dial it back. If anything, I was encouraged to bring more of it to the table, which I understand in this industry. Me specifically, what my everything, my look, my talents, what I can bring to the table as a performer, it may not work for certain projects, for certain roles, but there are some that they do work for. And to simply live in that space and feel confident and bringing out my strengths is beautiful, because if you can't be yourself, then you're just going to fit into whatever box, you try to put yourself in, which ultimately I feel like is not
Suffocating.
yeah, it's no. So definitely. And for Latinos also, I feel like since we all have similar, but also different experiences in our upbringings, like use what you have and what you know and what you've experienced in your life, because it's unique and it sets you apart, but it's also so individually beautiful that why not? Let them tell you
I
no.
love
Let
that.
them let them say a little less. So just go out there unapologetically and be you is my mantra.
I love that. And one of the things that I'm excited about is this new project you have, which I saw the trailer and
Ah,
you are bringing it, I mean, action star and everything. So you're bringing a new film to the screen. You're coming on,
yes,
you have this new role, and it's a new film called Righteous Thieves.
yes.
And I want you to tell us a little bit about the plot, your character. Give us a little taste.
Yes. Righteous Thieves, produced by Jolene Rodriguez, a great friend of mine, talented. I love her so much. Directed by Anthony Nardolillo, which we go way back from the salsa world. We used to dance salsa together, and he directed. Yeah, it's incredible. And then all of my friends happen to be
Yeah, tell us Lisa Vidal
Lisa
played.
Vidal. So the film is about this woman played by Lisa Vidal, badass, smart, fierce woman who's the head of a secret organization. And she gathers a team to help steal back the artwork that was stolen by the Nazis during the Holocaust. and it's your classic heist film with action and suspense. There's a ton of energy. It's great because also it showcases what Latinos can do in front and behind the camera. Like if you give us an opportunity, we will make it happen. And this, I think this movie is a great example of that. And I love it because it was a passion project that I was able to just hang out and go to work with my friends, which if that was
You
beautiful.
love
That
that.
is
I know
all
you.
thanks to Jolene Rodriguez, who I can't thank enough. So yeah.
She's amazing. She
Mhm.
is just, whoa, world watch out for
Yes,
sure.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. So, did the role challenge you in any way, or is it tell us about, is it Lucille?
Oh yes, Lucille. I play this computer hacker. I mean, she's not your typical hacker,
Mm.
which I love. But she does exchange work for the FBI. Is it the FBI? Oh my gosh. You know what? Everything with this TV schedule, I swear, all these stories are blending together. She's a total badass. She's
She
incredibly
kicks
intelligent.
some butt too. I saw the trailer.
Yeah. She knows a little bit of martial arts and yeah,
You had
she's
fun with it.
she likes to play with fire. You know, she's a little dangerous. She has a fiery, dangerous side, but yeah, it's fun. I had so much fun with it. I got to do my own stunts, which was scary,
What?
challenging, but also invigorating. I never felt more alive, but also I was like, I see why people hire stunt doubles, because after the 10th take, I was like, yeah, maybe but it was fun. Honestly, the most fun experience. I think I would do it again. I would do it all
Did
over
you
again.
have to do any training, any workouts, any like
Yeah,
intense
I had to do
physical?
intense like fight choreography, which I mean, I have the dance choreography experience from my years of dancing salsa. So the fight came, I do a little boxing, and I'm somewhat of an athlete. I try to like hang on to
Well,
the
I've seen
dance.
those scenes from Station 19. There's
Ah,
got to be a little bit of training there.
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So I kind of used a little of those little skills to get me through this movie with a lot of the fight training, and it was fun. It was so
I
much fun.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I can't wait. So, one of the things that we've discussed is the importance of our community supporting these films. Representation is essential. And if we don't show up, then we risk losing the process of, the movies that are being made. And I wanted to know, in your opinion, what are maybe one or two things that we can do to the entire community to support, to encourage Hollywood to bring more of these, more of our Latinos into these bigger films? Is there anything that we can do?
Aside from showing up,
Right.
I think, I mean, it's like you said, we are bigger in numbers. We are so much stronger than we know ourselves to be. Like the Latino community is massive, and I,
There's purchasing power.
yes, while that may not be reflective in certain projects, I feel like if we truly want to move the envelope and expand as a community, if it's something like, let's just say, for example, if we're going to agree to, you know what, we don't want to see any more stereotypes on TV, in film. Let's collectively, as a unit, all agree to not tell those stories, not create those characters, and deny, like, let's say no, instead of agreeing to, you know what, yes, it's an opportunity, but unless we all get together and be on the same page, that will never happen. So I think we can do it if we're up for the challenge, because we are relentless when we get together for tragedies. I mean, look at Hurricane Maria,
Yeah.
all these events in our lives, we have proven to ourselves that as long as we show up, we can get things done. And I think other than showing up and supporting, like we could seriously, take over. That's
Absolutely.
crazy, but I mean, why not? Why
I
not?
th- well, I think
People,
it's really, and we've had this conversation, it's really complicated because I think with Latinos, it's like, we come from different parts of the world, we speak different dialects, we look
right,
differently,
right.
but at
And
the
that,
end of the day, we are all Latinos.
yes,
And it's really
yes.
important to be more cohesive. And I think that's something, and I know that that's something that we do have to work
Yeah.
on.
And Ida Rodriguez said it perfectly. She's like, look, we're all under the same umbrella, but the worst thing that they did was give us flags because it divides us all. And it makes us think that, some are superior than others, like the Caribbeans or whatever, more whatever than the people from South America. Like I never understood that because growing up in the Bronx, New York, I was surrounded by
A
Black
melting
people,
pot.
Latino people, Indian. I mean, it was just a melting pot of cultures. And so it's what I've seen, the only thing I know. But in terms of media, I feel like, oh, we can do so much if we only were just a little more aware and had a little more, knowledge and education. I mean, and the thing is,
Absolutely.
I'm still learning and growing in this industry about stories and about our community. Like there is never, it's just a never ending journey of learning and evolving. So we'll get there. I know we will. I
Absolutely.
have
And
faith.
with films like this one, this is just the beginning. I mean, just to see two powerful, badass females,
Mhm.
I am so excited, and I am, because that is what I want my daughter to see. That is what I
Yes,
want, the youth to see, that it is possible, that we can be up there.
yes,
If you,
100.
what is it they say? If you can see it, you
If
can be
if
it.
you can see it, you can be it. If you can,
Yeah.
yeah, if you can dream it, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got the quote right, but yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So congratulations to you and Jolene and Lisa and the cast. I really do hope that, this is a blockbuster.
Oh,
That's my
thank
hope.
you.
That's
Thank
my
you.
hope. So we like to wrap up our interviews with a message, a mantra, a quote, just something to, and this whole conversation has been inspiring, but something to encourage listeners. So my question for you is, you work in an industry that is known for its make believe magic. We live in a world of Instagram.
Ugh,
You have managed to maintain yourself, to my just perception, grounded and true to yourself. So, for anyone who is struggling or is fearful to let themselves just be who they are, what advice can you share to empower them? Because I think a lot of people sort of, they are what they think people want them to be.
yes, yes, because there is so much pressure in the time that we live in with how advanced technology is and the pressures of social media and you know having to live or be this ideal, this picture of a, it's so odd, but and it's beautiful because this platform, all of these platforms give us so many opportunities and we're constantly staying connected, which is wonderful. But I would say stay present. And while you're on this journey, don't forget about life, and don't forget about the quality moments you share with the people you love. Constantly surround yourself with people who encourage you and motivate you. And when the challenges come, and when the tough just lands on your, not the tough, the that when the challenges and the hard times land on your lap,
And they will.
and they will, take them as opportunities. And while you're chasing the next dream and the dream after that, and while you're going after the things that, after you've accomplished the one thing and the next, remember that it's all going to pass. And unless you enjoy right now and the present, you will have so much of a better experience in your journey and on the ride. And stay in it. Just stay in it. Whatever you want to achieve, stay in it. Your time will come. As long as you're being true and authentically you will thrive and you will succeed. So it is hard. This industry is hard. It's brutal. And it's
there's a lot of rejection. There's a lot
so
of
much
rejection.
for all the opportunities. There are thousands of opportunities and there are only a few chances, and they may come or they may not come. But
And
if they don't create that chance for yourself, like you're doing right now, create those chances. And then when you get them, pay it back and look after your community or the people you love, your friends. Like, that's what it's all about, right? We're like little specks on this earth. I think about all the crap. I get into my head. Oh my gosh, I beat myself up for all the things that, like, oh man, I shouldn't have done this or said this, and then, in that journey, you learn to forgive yourself and find room for grace and just continue and always remember that you're constantly growing and learning and evolving. And as long as you have that in your heart, then goodness will come.
Absolutely. Jaina, thank you so much.
Love that
I
you
love
pronounce
you.
my name like that. Oh my God. So here's a little fun fact. I was born Jessica, but I changed my name to Jaina because I said, okay, let me at least keep the J initial, but I want a name because I grew up with like 1,000 Jessicas and I was over Jessica. But then I realized that when I changed it to Jaina in Spanish, it's Jaina. And I said, oh man, you know what? It's too late now.
Wait, so have I been pronouncing it wrong?
You know what?
Oh,
It's
no.
adorable and I love it. And
Hi,
you know what?
Jaina. Oh my God.
I know, Jaina. I don't know what was I thinking. Anyway.
I don't know. Okay, I've been mispronouncing your name.
Jaina. I always say like it's Dana with a J.
Okay. So I want you to share with us how we can find Righteous Thieves when. Give us the
Yes.
details.
Yes. Details. Righteous Thieves on March 10th in select theaters and on Apple TV and Amazon. So yeah.
I'm so excited. That's amazing. March 10th. Okay. And let us know how we can find Station 19, although I'm
Yeah,
tuned in
Station
and it's-
19. Station 19 will be on ABC. On ABC. ABC every Thursday at 8 p.m. I think that's
yes.
Pacific.
8
No,
p.m.
8/7, yeah, 8/7 Central. And
Okay.
then I do have this other film that I'm excited about. It's called The Long Game, and
Ooh.
it just got into the South by Southwest Festival. And
Amazing. Congrats.
story. Thank you so much. It's based on a true story about Mexican American teenagers in the 1950s in golf. Like there's golf involved. There's a true story involved. It's a feel good
Wow.
family movie, and it
So
has
when do we see that?
that I don't know, but
Look out for it.
yeah, look out for it. I'll have more details, but definitely in the Austin South by Southwest Festival coming up.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And if anyone wants to find you, I'm sure you have a social
Oh
media.
yes,
Don't
it's at Jaina Lee Ortiz on all the socials.
Yes.
Catch me. I'll be dancing or doing
Yes.
something
And
wild.
she's an amazing dancer, by the way.
Oh gosh, I try to hang on to it.
You are amazing. I love you. I think you're just gonna do amazing things, and we are lucky to be watching you every week on the screen. Thank you.
Such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.